Hey, hope you're doing well. This is Let's Make Mistakes, where I will be documenting my creative pursuits. Anytime I feel creative, I will be turning this camera on and hopefully making some mistakes, because I want to get better at painting, video making, and everything in between. And I document it to keep myself accountable and hopefully building a body of work. I have perfectionist tendencies. Now that means that my brain tells me anything that I make is terrible. If it's not exactly what was in my head, it's wrong, shouldn't make it, X, Y, and Z. Now with these videos, I hope to dispel all those thoughts, make something, not think too much about it, maybe make some mistakes, because mistakes are the first steps to being good at something. Now, before we get too deep into things, I wanted to read a quote from the song Rushing Back by Flume. The chorus goes, "I always let the days slip away. I should have been making up my mind." And I thought that spoke volumes, I'll say. Because there's been many a days, where do a lot of thinking, not enough doing. So if I try to talk myself into something, and I go against that by not doing it, kind of let myself down. Especially if it's something you enjoy doing. Like I've had like 5 takes of this video already. And I'm kind of just, because I love making the last one. I love the whole process of it. Figuring out how to edit, talking when I'm not normally talking, and making something in front of an audience. That was quite a learning experience. But it made me want to do more. Now, if I stop myself from making a video worried about if it's perfect or not, I'm denying myself happiness, and that's something that needs to change, because I really enjoy what I'm doing, even if it ever sounds like I'm not having the best time. I am not here to teach anybody how to paint, but hopefully create a space where you feel comfortable to do so. Make something of your own design, because I think the world needs that. Being creative, not putting yourself in a box, because I didn't know I was capable of making videos, but hopefully that can be a skill set of mine. I also want to learn how to narrate while I'm doing something, because I want this to be entertaining. Because I've seen so many time-lapse videos of people painting, people making something. I want this to be more than just a TikTok video. It takes a little bit more for me to get in a creative space than just scrolling. This is also kind of like a therapy session for me, because I'm not really much of a talker, if you couldn't tell already. So I force myself to chat a little bit. I've also been working on managing my expectations for things. You see in your head how you want things to turn out, like the best case scenario, maybe. Or like how things could go wrong, how things could not turn out your way. And I've been trying to experience more things without thinking about it too much. There's a series on YouTube called The Cave from Kenny Beats. He brings rappers into his studio, they make a song on the spot after he makes a beat, and he has a sign in his studio that says DOTS, D-O-T-S, don't overthink stuff. Even just a 4-letter acronym can really get you into a space where you get out of your own way. Because that's what I've been trying to work on too. Like, for instance, this is probably my 5th or 6th take of trying to make this. Because I was too stuck in thinking, this isn't good, I shouldn't be doing this. Anybody I showed the first video to, they were pretty supportive. It wasn't anybody physically holding me back from making anything. It was me overthinking stuff. It matters a lot how you talk to yourself in those moments. Because, for instance, if I'm uncomfortable in a situation where I don't think things are gonna be favorable for me, I kind of just let it be. Well, those thoughts are right. I probably shouldn't be doing this. But if it's something like making a video where I'm going to enjoy myself and make something, I should try to overrule that feeling. You're almost denying yourself happiness at that point. I have not painted in a week, and I said I was only going to be creative on camera, but I do doodle. Not every day, but almost every day. So that kind of gets me in a good space to think more about what I want to make in the future. So if I set the goal of I want to make a video every week, that also means I'm going to be creative once a week. Because if I only make things when I feel like making them, I'm not really holding myself to a standard anymore. It's just waiting on lightning to strike at that point. And the lightning's not gonna strike where you tell it to, you know? I've learned that consistency is a lot more effective than that right there. And if you really care about something, you're gonna make time for it. I've been trying to get into better habits, like taking vitamins, working out more, being active, being more attentive to where I'm putting my attention, my energy, because it's hard to get lost in all the stimulation that there is now. Because I'll find myself on break at work, and I figure, well, this is the best time to scroll endlessly until I have to go back inside. But if I grab my notebook on break and doodle a little bit, and think about what I'm gonna make in the next video, I think that's a pretty good trade-off there. And also seeing all that content and all those videos, it's so easy to compare yourself to how everybody else is living their life. But if you really think about what's gonna make me happy in this life, what do I want to spend my day doing? You take away you having those thoughts with content. Now, there is a good balance people find. You can be living your own life while also seeing how other people live, but personally, it's a lot harder to detach and have those conversations with myself. Because painting's one thing, what I want my future to be is another. What's the next 10 years gonna look like? You can spin yourself out really fast with overthinking. But if you get into good habits, talk yourself into positivity. Because the other day I just did not have a great start. Woke up late, and if I wake up late, my niece wakes up late. Everything was a little behind that morning, and I was rushing, didn't get enough sleep, of course, so I was stressed. Didn't think the rest of the day was gonna go any better, but hey, I was overthinking, and then I get a moment to myself. I say, hey, things can be better. I silver lined myself. I was personally silver lining the situation. I kept telling myself, today's gonna be great. Today is gonna be great. And I stopped expecting more bad things to happen and channeled some positivity. I think that worked. I really do. Because once the negativity starts, it's easy to hop on that train, give into it. Yeah, today's gonna be awful. Today's gonna suck. For me personally, if I can talk myself into having a good day, it tends to work. I'm not one for giving advice or telling you how to live your life or anything, but it's gotten me through some bad days, some slumps I've been in. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Because to be completely transparent, whenever I'm painting and rambling, it's hard to tell if it makes any sense. But that is why we're here. I want to be good at this. Just know, if you're watching this, I think you're doing great. I believe in you. Don't give in to your negativity. It only stops you from surprising yourself, learning something. Because we are here to make mistakes. We are here to be better than we were yesterday. I've seen a lot of videos about manifestation and like visualizing a better life for yourself, and if what you think about all the time you can attract. Like I saw this one Steve Harvey thing. He's a very big advocate for manifestation. I think it was on the Steve Harvey show that he was up in front of the audience just giving them secrets to life itself. And I came across the video of how he keeps in his mind all day, how about his success, and even when he started, that it was all about what you attract mentally, and then physically you'll bring that to you. Those vibrations will ring back to you physically. A great personal note to keep. Because making videos and painting, that was all I think about. That is all I think about. Just what I'm gonna paint for the next video. Am I gonna edit differently? What can I add to make this more entertaining? Now, if I'm thinking about how terrible this video is gonna be, or think about this painting's bad, that kind of thing, I'm giving in to the negativity. I'm putting those vibes out, and I'm only gonna get bad back, you know? So in that case, I need to prove myself wrong sometimes. If there's any doubt, any thoughts that creep in, tell me I'm not good enough, then I prove them wrong. Because even if what I'm doing is not perfect, it is good for me to do these things, like, and not have an expectation while I'm doing it. Because if I overthink it, I'm never gonna do it. This video's never gonna come out. But you know what? I am enjoying myself. Like, this is something I can practice at, be better at. Just gotta give myself the leeway to figure it out. But yeah, whenever I hit record, I'm never really sure what I'm gonna talk about. It kind of just comes out. It's kind of just putting myself on the spot. Now, I could probably take notes about just specific subjects. Because I have a lot of interest. I love soccer. I like watching like old skateboarding cuts. Well, not old. They are pretty current, but from a few years ago, there's some great skate videos. Like on the Thrasher channel. Because it's so entertaining seeing someone in their element, you know, seeing them showcase what they practice, what they love. That gets to me, seeing someone do what they love. And it really comes out in those skate videos. Because a common question I'll ask somebody is, what are you passionate about? Then their face lights up, their eyes get bigger, and they're just giddy to talk about what they're into and what their interests are about. Because everybody's different. Not everybody's gonna have the same answer, so. Because you can fill your time with so many things, but what's gonna keep your attention? What's gonna turn that light on in your brain? And because I think seeing someone do what they love, they don't have to think about it really. Because in terms of something like skateboarding, you practice so much, you have such a skill set, and then it's second nature, and you don't have to think about a trick, or you don't have to think too hard about reacting, because that's when you fall, is whenever you think too much. But if you're really in it, you're gonna land that trick and it's gonna be dope. Because in a sense, I want painting to be kind of second nature for me, where I don't have to think about it too much. I already know what to do and how to do it. But for that, it takes extensive hours of practice. Because if you do something enough and you're able to turn your brain off for it, that's when something awesome can happen. Because your brain's already working so fast. Because you can get from point A to point B without even thinking, because you've done it 1,000 times before. So I like soccer, the skate videos. I like watching people build cars, like restorations, barn finds, people souping up a truck or putting a turbo in a Miata, stuff like that. I think I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, people being in their element, what I enjoy seeing, you know. People that have done things enough times where they don't have to think too hard, because they've been there 1,000 times before. That's where I'm trying to get with my interests. Because as you can see, I don't really have a method to the madness yet. I don't think I have a style of what I make. But if you do it enough, you'll figure out what you like, what you don't like, what comes natural, what you think looks the best, that kind of thing. 'Cause I see a lot of creators, they've got their own thumbprint for this kind of thing. And I guess it just boils down to what you like, what's gonna come natural to you. Dude, editing this is gonna be crazy. I have so many dead spots whenever I talk. Because I have a thought, I have a subject to talk about, and then I just talk myself into a hole and forget where I started digging. So I hope that makes sense. I hope this is entertaining. Because like I said, even if I have notes to go off of or a subject, doesn't really matter if it's written down, it's probably not gonna come out of my mouth how I thought it was. Because I listen a lot more than I talk. You can learn a lot of things that way if your instinct is to listen and talk. Ooh, especially if you're talking to someone a lot older than you. I love asking somebody with life experience just random questions. Just like that deep one of, what advice would you give your 20-year-old self? Because there always seems to be, there's a variety of answers to that question, but I hear a lot of, I wish I spent more time doing what I love. Because there's certain generations where you're brought up just to have a job. They never got a launching pad to do something they truly enjoy doing. People appreciate and love their job, that kind of thing, but when it comes to interests, but if you ask someone a lot older than you what they wish they could tell their younger self, you could take a lot of advice from someone who has experience. We are nearing the end. I hope what I've been saying makes sense. But if not, we'll try again in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you follow along in my journey of staying creative. Let's get a good look at what. Full of mistakes, but I love him. And I hope you join me in the next one, where you can make more mistakes and enjoy each other's company. I'll see you in the next one.